All right, up next we have Zellie Guidry with Employment Solutions. She's going to talk about the upcoming opportunity job fair and searching for jobs for people with
Alrighty. Hi, everyone. First, I'd like to say thank you to the Autism Society for inviting me to participate in this event today. And my name is Zellie Guidry. I work with Employment Solutions. My specialty is assisting individuals with disabilities with finding jobs. I'm contracted by a state organization called Louisiana Rehabilitation Services, and I'm a job coach. The services that I do provide in the community is supported employment. So I go out into the community, I search for jobs for people. If a person who has a disability needs some assistance with either education or employment goals, they can register with the state office, which is Louisiana Rehabilitation Services, and then they begin the process. And then once I get a client, I'm able to do an assessment where I meet the person, get to know what their education is, what their accommodation needs are, and what their work interests are. And then the state approves a plan, and I'm given the ability to go out into the community and find jobs at that point. So I do help with paper applications, computer applications. Then I help with the job interview if the employer allows me to do so. And I also help with training. Again, it's a collaboration with the employer on what they allow and not allow. But most of the time, it's a very perfect little program that goes out into the community and allows me to help with that job interview and the job training. I think that these services benefit the individual because sometimes it is hard to search for jobs. Number one, it's hard to know what you're interested in and what would be a job match for you. And I think it helps families because we help with, number one, a job, which in turn gets you money to help pay for the things that you need. And we try to help with transportation needs, any kind of things that would come up with employment that you need assistance with. We do try to help with that. The next question is how did I get started in this field? I have actually done my job for 23 years. My first job was at Goodwill, and I saw that Goodwill had job coaches and they were helping individuals with their jobs. And I never even knew that they had any type of service like this at all, much less in our area, that helps individuals find jobs. And I was just super motivated by that. And I just really wanted to help people find jobs. So it wasn't something that I had a desire to do until I knew about it. And then once I found out about it, it just kind of took off from there. And that I think inspired me to do my job. That's the next question of what inspires me to become involved. And that was it. I was very inspired by the job coaches that worked at Goodwill and what their jobs were. And I just really wanted to do that. And the next question is how can viewers reach my organization or me? And it's pretty simple. I'm just a simple girl that is Employment Solutions. You can call me directly on my phone, which is 337-280-0653. And my email is also available, which is Zellie, Zelie, Guidry, Guidry, @cox.net. And if you need a referral to the state office, I'm more than willing to help out with that as well. And what are my future goals for the organization is I would like to continue employment. I would like to continue to build relationships with employers and to try to match people with what their exceptionalities and everything that they're good at doing. Try to match everything that they have and bring them to an employer that matches their needs. And that way we can have lots of successful employment opportunities. I don't have any plans to expand my program, but this is what I currently do. And I am here to talk about an upcoming job fair. And that job fair is the Opportunities Job Fair. It's going to be on October 29th, and it's from 9 a.m. until 12 noon. It's at the Hyman Center, which is right near Ochsner's Lafayette General Hospital. It is open to the public. It's free for anyone to attend. It's also free for businesses who would like to have a booth and who are interested in hiring individuals. The Opportunity Job Fair not only focuses on individuals with disabilities, but it's also a second chance opportunity for individuals who need jobs, who have been previously incarcerated, also assisting somebody who may have a second language of Spanish or French. So we have different avenues that we try to help people with that Opportunities Job Fair. So I'm going to review the date again is October 29th from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. The address is 1373 South College at the Hyman Center, right near Ochsner Lafayette General Hospital. And I would like to give y'all a little bit of facts from last year's job fair. We had 1,000 people who came as job seekers, which is amazing. We had 80 booths ready to help people. Out of the 80 booths, 69 of those were employers who were actively searching for employees, and 11 of those were resource opportunities. So we have different things around our community that can help with different needs. So we had 11 resources to help there. During the job fair, we had businesses tell us that they offered 159 job opportunities during the day, and they had planned to follow up with 262 people. So I would think that's a super successful job fair with lots of businesses there, lots of people interested in working, and lots of work opportunities that came from there. I would also like to focus a little bit on job search. I think when people come to us for a job, it could be a little nerve-wracking, maybe feeling anxious about searching for new jobs. I think people also are very unsure of what they want to do, just like all of us. None of us really know what we want to do in life until we start it. So like little activities that I would recommend would be, you can start interviewing people. Interview your grandparents, interview your parents, interview people that you like to play video games on, or communicate through Discord. Like ask people, what was your first job? What is your job now? And start paying attention to different stores that you really like to visit. Pay attention to those stores. Pay attention to the workers. What are they doing? What there seems interesting to you? Because I think sometimes when people come to us for help, they're still at that stage where they don't know. They don't know what they want to do. So that's something that I've lately been recommending to my clients to try and research what they would be interested in doing. And I am a very outside of the box job coach. I may come to you with an idea that none of us thought of. I don't keep it very one thing focused. Like I like to focus on at least 6 different topics of jobs that my clients would be interested in. And sometimes when I'm looking for a job for someone else, I may think, oh no, wait, that job's perfect for this person. So sometimes I regroup and give you the ideas of things that I think you would be a match with doing. I also like to say that the job search is not super easy. Like I'm a super positive person. I try to, just always be positive and always look at the bright side of things, but it's a difficult search. It's difficult for anyone to find a job at times. So we definitely do our best at this job search. And the focus is definitely on a match. It's not just, let me stick some person here at this job just to do it. I don't like to do that. I want it to be a good match, something that you're going to be proud to have the job, something that you look forward to doing every single day, and that your employer is super grateful to have a worker like you working for them. So I really strive for that perfect match. I'll explain the LRS supported employment one quick time as well. If you're in need of supported employment services, you do have to contact LRS first. You are welcome to reach out to me and I can help you with that process. But if you choose to call them, their phone number is 337-262-5353. When you call LRS, the actual person who answers the phone can take your referral. So they just ask you basic demographic information, which would be like name, address, phone number, social security number, what's your education level, what what type of disability do you need? Do you need an interpreter? They'll ask you like little specific questions that you should know the answer to everything. And then if they need further testing or evaluations, they determine whatever they need to determine if a person is eligible for their services. And then at that point, that's when they refer them out into the community to a vendor. I'm considered a vendor, which is Employment Solutions. We have lots of other wonderful vendors in our area. So whoever you get should do their job well and should be focused on trying to help you get a perfect job match. And then that's when my process begins. So I'd also like to close with our upcoming Opportunity Job Fair. And again, that's going to be October 29th from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. And it's going to be at 1373 South College Road, which is the Hyman Center, right next to Ochsner's Lafayette General Hospital. And we're hoping to see you there. And I may be open to questions in case y'all may have any questions. Let's see.
If someone has never had a job before and they're interested in finding employment and they want to visit this upcoming job fair, what are some of the things that they can expect to see or witness just so they can prepare themselves ahead of time?
Okay, that's a wonderful question. So I would recommend, if someone's never had a job before, you can formulate a resume. I know it's going to be limited, but that's okay. Just do your best with that resume. Then I would look at the webpage. So our Opportunities Job Fair does have a webpage that you can go to, and you can see every single employer who is registered for the job fair. And then on the side of that, it shows you exactly what jobs they have available. So I would recommend looking at that list prior to the job fair, determine which ones you're interested in, and put a little star by it. A neat little example, I went to a job fair today. So this is exactly what the list looks like when it tells you what companies are going to be there. So I'm going to use an example here. They have a company called Armentar Glassworks. Now this is from a different job fair that occurred today, so not the upcoming one, but it tells you the business name along with what jobs they have. They're hiring for field hands and helpers. So if you do that research ahead of time, it's not going to be as overwhelming because as I said earlier, we had 80 booths that were there. That's a lot. So I would limit it to at least 6 places that seem interesting to you, and then star those spots. And then you could focus on those employers first. And then if you have free time and you're getting comfortable, you can go to the other booths as you're there. Another bit of advice is if it tells you specifically what job they have available, it's an excellent idea to visit their webpage first. Go to the company's web address, go to their jobs, what they have available, and fill out an online application. Because sometimes when you walk up to the booth, the representative is going to interact with you, ask you what your name is, and they normally say, you have to go online to apply. And you can quickly say, I've already done that. This is my resume, this is my name, and I am interested in the helper position, and my application is in the system. So that's a very good way for you to be prepared for the job fair, and it shows that employer that you went the extra mile to be ready for the job fair.
I've never done this before and I'm a little nervous. What are some things available at the job fair that can help me do things like prepare or build a resume?
Okay, so a job fair is a very nerve-wracking experience for anyone. So please keep that in mind. Like your feelings of being nervous, I think, are very normal. So that is why if you're prepared with focusing on only 5 or 6, I think it may take that nervousness down a notch and you have a plan. And we do have an information area at the job fair. It's going to be a big little, an area with a big sign that'll say information. And you can go to that spot and they can ask you, they can help you. They can help tell you like where to go and what fits what you would like to do. We do not have anyone on site who is actually working on resumes. I personally like ChatGPT. I know some people do and some people don't. But if you like ChatGPT, you can go into it and you can say, please help me make a resume. And you can give, your basic information. What high school did you go to? What education level do you have? Did you go on to SLCC or to UL? What are your interests? If you haven't had any paid work experience, have you volunteered anywhere? And so if you put that into it, it'll help you prepare a resume. But that is a good suggestion. We could potentially work on having someone on site that could help with resumes if they were needed. But if you don't have a resume, just try your best and at least focus on the applications that are online. And if you fill that out ahead of time, then you don't have to worry about the resume quite as much because your application is already done. We are trying to also do a prep rally where some of those questions could be answered and they could help you with a resume. So we will get further information out on our opportunities website, and I'm sure the Autism Society will share that as well if we're able to do a prep rally.
I currently receive disability. How will that hinder me from getting a job at the job fair?
So that's an excellent question as well. So we do focus on helping individuals who either get Social Security disability or SSI checks. So they have different rules. It's hard to go into great detail at this very moment on which rules apply to each type of check, but it's okay. Social Security wants people to go out. They want people to work. I'm not in the business of taking away anyone's check. I'm here to help you get extra money and still continue with your Social Security disability check, but then also get out of the house and have a job and have something to look forward to. And once my clients get a job, they get automatically referred to Louisiana Rehabilitation Services. They have an on-site worker. Her name is Miss Brenda, and she does what's called a benefits analysis, where she can go into very good detail about what type of things you need to prepare for, or how much money is okay to be earned within the month. So we help you on your individual basis. And we also, at the job fair, we have two speaking engagements. Miss Brenda is actually the guest speaker for that event, and she's going to be able to better explain what happens when an individual who receives a Social Security or an SSI check decides to go back to work. It's very hard to get a check. We understand that. I would not do my job if I was taking that away. So we're here to help you get extra money, extra time away from home, extra just building up your confidence and things that you can do along with keeping that check. And remember, once you do get a job, you get more of a person-focused explanation of how to work around those benefits. So we do automatically help every single person with that. Yes, hopefully that answers your question.
And just one more time, where can they find you? Where can they find the job fair? And who is this job fair for?
Okay, so we'll start with the job fair, or we'll end with the job fair. The job fair is going to be on October 29th. It is at the Hyman Center. The address is 1373 South College Road. It's the Hyman Center right next to Lafayette General Ochsner's facility, the hospital. And myself, I'm Zellie Guidry with Employment Solutions, and my phone number is 337-280-0653. And my email address is zelieguidry@cox.net. And if you need further information from LRS, their phone number is 337-262-5353.
Thank you.
Sure.